God bless you, sir. We're getting this on camera, yeah? We're getting hassled. We only have to walk literally past the gate and we're getting hassled. Fucking joke, this fella, huh?
So we know each other very well. As you said, dating back maybe 10 years, a bit more from the Crowbridge crew side. But for those that don't know you,
my name is Lee Reeves. I'm a professional boxer from Limerick, Ireland. Limerick born and bred, born in South Hill, O'Malley Park, Limerick through and through. My family, we didn't have no money, bro. We were from council, social welfare. Boxing is known all over the world as the poor man's sport. Once you have €2 to join the gym, that €2 a night keeps you off the streets for 2 hours a week, you know what I mean? I got beaten in a national final when I was 13. I remember after that I went back to the dressing room and I was crying, hated that feeling. There was a thing that switched that night and I was either oh, you need to either be out of this sport and not feel this pain again, or you need to take this sport serious.
Soldier ain't a shame, you should be put down. I'm sick as a dog. Soldier ain't a shame, you should be put down. I'm sick as a dog.
Boxing, man, means everything to me. It was there in my best days, my darkest days. I truly do believe that it was my therapy through the hardest times of my life, you know what I mean? When I was 11 years old, I lost my older brother, Tony. That was my first massive loss. That was my hero, bully protector, everything. I'm South Hill, protecting me of everything. And then all of a sudden, he's gone. And now it's me, my mom, and my 3 sisters. We were reared by my single mother, basically, Cathy. The end of 2014, my mother ended up getting breast cancer. Went through a horrible time with that. Obviously, depression and mental health, fatigued with that. March 2015, lost her battle and died by suicide. And that was my everything. My best friend, my carer, the only person I've ever been myself around, trusted, had a close relationship, could be me, the vulnerable version of Lee. I remember straight after that happened, I started getting into a routine of the lads would invite me out on the weekend and I'd go out thinking I'm over all this, I'm okay, and I'll have a drink. And then all of a sudden, when I was drinking, I did not want to get sober again. I'd be in groups of people, I'd be in nightclubs, and I'd be alone, bro. I'd just be in a dark place. But it was the comfort of knowing that there was bodies around me, so I can still abuse myself while these bodies are around me because I'm not actually alone. And why I felt like I didn't want to be alone, because I was scared of what I could do, what could possibly happen, because when you lose everything, you have nothing.
So what have you to lose?
What have you to lose? Bro, I've thought about fucking all sorts. I've thought about writing suicide letters. I've been at rock bottom. I've been at nothingness. So Every time I come here, like, people like just texting me on social media, "Hey, I seen you at the bridge, crying faces, are you okay?" And this and that. I'm like, I'm fine, like, I just don't have nowhere else to go to visit my mum anymore, like, so unfortunately this is my only place. So every now and then I come here, bring flowers, say a couple of prayers, and just kind of pay my respects, like, to the location, because obviously our energy and our beautiful soul is gone somewhere much happier, but this is the location, so this is the remembrance spot, unfortunately. But listen, we stay positive, we pay our respects, and we remember the good times is all we can do, you know what I mean? So yeah. I started thinking, like, of what I'm going through. I was like, I have 3 younger sisters that are going through the same stuff. I find that, like, I'm a vessel for my sisters. I'm there as, like, a guiding star, you know, like, if I can stay strong, you can have faith in me, and I'll never fold, so you can always have faith. Yeah, ran many times to that shit. It was that day I started texting, do you want to go to the gym, to the lads, like, let's go to the gym. I heard a few people say about the boxing gyms that it's also classed as punch therapy. Yeah, like, just showing up to that gym, having that camaraderie. It was character building at the highest degree.
May I ask you, your work with Limerick 3D suicide prevention, obviously that may have come from prior motivation, or would it come from something within yourself?
I think after I lost my mother, I used to pass in the car or whatever, and I'd see the lads out patrolling on the bridge. Like, that's my heroes right there, because I know that they're after saving someone's mother, or someone's spouse, or someone's loved one. So if I could ever get the opportunity to be part of that, I would. I know what it's like to wake up and get a phone call and lose everything through, unfortunately, suicide. So if I can speak to somebody who's in distress on the bridge side or wherever they are, they're able to, for that night, go home to their family, is what more than
Any belt
any
or
song, anything in the whole world. Everything that was done on my behalf is all through my mother, and channeling that pain and suffering and loss into energy for positivity, you know what I mean? Yeah, one night, me and the team were on patrol. We get a call that there was a lady in distress. The radio's gone off, and they basically said, "Yeah, we see her," and then boom, she's in the water. And I'm like, "Come again?" She's like, "She's in the water." So I sprint as fast as I could. There was a group of, like, girls screaming, hands on their head. We look over into the water. The lady's face down in the water. We do exactly what we're trying to do. We get off the throw bags. We put in the buoy. Ropes landed by her, was screaming to grab the rope. She's not grabbing the rope. She's unresponsive. She's face down. This woman's not grabbing the rope. What am I supposed to do? What am I gonna do? I lean back with the rope in my hand. I'm gonna try shimmy down, and then, like, boom, fall off into the river. Hand underneath the woman, grab the rope, wrap it around my hand, have the lady underneath me, keep her face out of the water. The lady was unresponsive at the beginning, and then eventually she started waking up and like coming out of the buzz, probably realizing what she did, and she was like I'm freezing, and I was like, just hold on. I think I was in the water for 28 minutes, and I eventually come on. Like, man, never so grateful to see it in my life. They come to grab the lady, safe, alive, and brought to hospital to get the mental help she needs, and to hopefully just move forward in life, and hopefully take her second chance that many other women didn't get, and use it. So today we're at a skeeting swimming club. We're working with a group of young lads today from Limerick Youth Service that is basically some are in the travelling community, some are in the settled community, but all just working together. It's a bit of an art program. We have a lot of the lads boxing, so as we know, boxing is an art, is a science. So today, we're gonna get the lads, we're gonna get some gloves on, we're gonna get some paint on the gloves, and I think it's gonna be an exciting time of making art and relieving stress. No, I'll wrap that. Can I always say the future champion of the world wrapped your hands?
Backhand. 1-2 step back, backhand. Good. Jab, step back, jab. Lovely.
Let there be no like clouded vision about it. Like I wasn't a good human being when we were younger. Like I was like I was up to all sorts.
I know.
I'd get in fights. I'd fucking do stuff I shouldn't have done. I was very selfish. When I was 17, people would tell their kids, don't hang around with who Lee's hanging around with. Genuinely, like. Now the people are saying, can you come and meet my son in the park? He absolutely loves you. I think it's so important, as you said, to channel that energy, whether it be bad, whether it be good, whether it be sad, whether it be anger, but use it, get it, put it into your batteries, and channel it through positivity, you know what I mean?
Soon shin bon Shema vila knock knock loom day down Nick to mar